When you pawn your wedding ring and your head is up your ass. Now you're listening to the Broke Even Podcast.
John, welcome back to the Broke Even Podcast. How you feeling today, buddy?
I'm feeling like I'm feeling unlucky.
Let me interrupt you. I feel like shit because all my picks were wrong. Every devastating loss I had. Vikings suck again, and I'm not thrilled. So, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my fault. I'm pumped. I'm pumped in a negative way today.
I'm feeling like I've had every week of the college football season. So we're entering week 4 of play.
Yep.
I've had 3 weeks, and each week I've had a 12 or 13 team leg parlay where one thing didn't hit, and it's just right there. I feel like I'm trying to catch flubber from the film with Robin Williams.
I love the reference. Very timely. Very yeah. We're a big Robin Williams podcast.
Big Robin Williams pod.
We're gonna drop a Jumanji reference here later in the podcast.
I just feel like I'm right there, Daryl.
Right
on the big parlay hit, but that's I love the thrill of the chase just as much as I love.
It is. Hitting. It's all about. Are we having fun losing? Is that? It's all kind of a. Yes, I am too. Yes, so far. All right, we're gonna recap a wild weekend, and there was some wild NFL games. College was somewhat predictable, but also unpredictable at the same time. John and I, we were together this weekend, headlined a show in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, the beautiful Sheboygan.
It's Sheboygan.
And it was at a great sports bar in Sheboygan, and John was losing his mind in the middle of this bar over the Pitt game before our show.
Playing Western Michigan.
Every
snap counts.
Screaming. And I think the people were very confused because they only care about Wisconsin sports up in that region of the state.
The only good-looking people in Sheboygan had congregated to mingle and mix and be hot.
Yes, they did.
And
that wasn't very. There was a lot of attractive people.
Yeah, it was you're like, I'm looking around like, what? And I'm watching. Every TV has like the big game of the night, which was Texas A&M Miami, which we also both picked Miami, and we did not cover. They did not score a touchdown. But I'm just watching Pitt, Western Michigan, and then I see people kind of like looking at me like, what's going on?
Yep. I think they thought that you were mentally challenged.
Correct.
That you had something mentally wrong where you couldn't control your voice.
I also did clap a lot at times that maybe didn't even make sense.
I did make a comment. I say, John, nobody in the world cares about this game. Can you just calm down?
Yeah.
And then you said, we only get
12.
We only get 12 weeks of this, and I'm not going to waste one of them. Yeah. And God, did you prove me? That is absolutely correct. I'm sorry.
That's all we get, man.
We had summer where it was just baseball. Like we can't forget about the we should cheer for Wisconsin and.
Think about how long the offseason is. And when you're playing, Pitt plays Rhode Island this week. I'm going to watch that game.
We're going to be together again this weekend. I don't want to watch that game, but we can. We're going to be in Dubuque, Iowa this weekend.
Daryl headlining the Comedy Bar.
I'm going to be headlining Friday, Saturday in Dubuque, Iowa at Comedy Bar.
I'm hanging a feature
and
set.
My feature, little Johnny Gasper, will be with me all weekend.
Can't wait.
There are 2 casinos in Dubuque, Iowa. One has a sports book in it. So you're going to see us there all day Saturday before the show, and we're going to bet on so many games, and depending on how we do, that'll probably determine our energy during that show Saturday night.
If you live in Iowa, come to the Saturday night show. It's going to be absolutely unhinged.
Yep.
There's be 0 hinges with that show.
It's going to be a blast. All right, John, so let's do a little college football recap before we get to the NFL.
I think to me, Daryl, the biggest story is Kansas. They are 3-0.
It's really fun.
They have not. They're like top. I think they're leading the country in scoring. If not, they're really, really high up there. And then, as you put here, Duke, Syracuse, Kansas, Kentucky, undefeated.
I mean, that's just they can't take football. They have basketball dominated. They can't take football. I'm going to be cheering against all of those schools.
And this week,
I don't want this.
Kansas plays Duke. which is such a fun scheduling quirk that these two basketball powers are playing.
Shocking.
Makes no sense.
It's weird that they're even
Why are they
playing
even
each
playing?
other. Right, yeah, like all of that's weird.
Makes no sense, but we will. I'm going to watch.
I know. I mean, we're going to
that game.
We're going to have
and I'm
30
hammering
TVs in front of us, so we're going to be betting on all of them,
and
which is going to be a...
I'm absolutely betting on Kansas. If you don't think I'm betting on Kansas, you're insane.
How about, okay, also, the only thing that like I know for sure is that it's just that Georgia's the best team.
Yeah.
Okay, like, I mean, Oregon looked fantastic this weekend. They got absolutely demolished by Georgia. So I don't know is Oregon good? Are they back? Are they?
I think Oregon is good, but Georgia is, in the words of Kirby Smart, we have better players.
Yep.
I think that what they did to South Carolina, who they played last week, is not a bad team.
Correct.
They killed them.
Killed them. There's no hope.
They beat SEC teams like they're playing MAC teams or Conference USA teams.
And it's
amazing.
And it's weird because it's still fun to watch because they're so good that like it kind of gets you pumped even though they're up by 70.
And they cover.
Like, oh my God.
And Georgia is a notorious cover. I mean, they had a 24-point spread last week and they clobbered. They absolutely hit that. But yeah, I think the takeaway is Oregon is good, better than that first game showed. And Georgia is the best team in the country, and the repeat is on. I would put a futures bet in now for Georgia to repeat.
Yep, agreed.
I mean, if you have some extra coin, throw down the future, man.
The odds have to be pretty low, actually. They're probably plus. Do I have a guess? I can look it up. But I'm
going to say I'm going to say they've moved to minus 100. Okay. That's how confident I am.
Ooh, that would be probably. That seems a little low, but also, I mean, this week will be fun because like real conference play begins. It begins, again, baby. Which is I have a list of games that some of them that aren't in our top 5 picks. I mean, Wisconsin plays at Ohio State this weekend.
Ohio State doing the blackout, all black jerseys.
And I don't know if this is a thing or not, but the Badgers are getting 18, and I don't think in the last 20 years I've seen a spread even close to that with Wisconsin.
Probably anytime they played Ohio State during that
would be
Urban Meyer years.
Truly, that might be the only time that like I can even think of that. But okay, I'm not going to bet on the Badgers. Don't get me wrong, but maybe I will. John, what do you think?
This is, I think, the hardest game to predict. It's a night game. Wisconsin is not a bad team. They're probably not going to lose many more games after. They are going to lose the game.
Yes.
Are they going to lose by 18? You know, Notre Dame we now know is bad.
Yes, they are.
And they put up a fight against Ohio State at Ohio State, right?
They did. Yep. I think that was probably a neutral field.
So, no, that was in Columbus.
Oh, it was? It wasn't the Atlanta game? Okay.
No. And so that game is sticking around my head. But then I start to think about
not mine.
The lack of Ohio State's going to stack the box. You can't run. How are you going to pass?
We're not going to.
You're not going to.
It's going to be bad.
They're going to have some crazy interception.
Here's what's going to happen, though, John.
But your defense is good.
Here's the thing. 20 minutes before that game starts, I'm going to really convince myself that they're going to win, and it is going to be devastating.
I can't wait to watch that.
Just devastating. Yeah, you're going to get to see the emotions. All right, I have the national, the championship odds. Okay, Georgia is the favorite, plus 175. Okay.
Yeah, hop on that right now.
Closely second.
Bama
at plus 200, which, okay.
If Clemson's third, I'm going to jump out of my seat.
Third is Ohio State, plus 300.
Okay.
And then the odds get wacky. And Clemson is the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
And tied for fourth. Do you have a guess?
Michigan.
Nope. Michigan is fifth.
And there's a fourth team.
Yeah, there's two that are tied for fourth. And I'll tell you, there's a reason why I'm going to say what team it is because it's going to lead into the conversation that I have.
Is it USC?
It is USC, John. Okay, that leads into our maybe the worst loss of the week. John and I, coming back from our show this week, we did a parlay with USC in it, where we took Jordan Addison to score 2 touchdowns, Caleb Williams to rush for a touchdown,
and USC money line
just to win.
Now, I have been doing this Jordan Addison 2 touchdown parlay, and it's like kind of the only thing that's been hitting through the first 2 weeks of the season. He had scored 2 touchdowns apiece, and I was just feeling it. Fresno State has a good team, a good quarterback. They're going to need to score a lot. So Addison scores the first touchdown.
First easiest.
2-yard little dink, touchdown. Caleb Williams then The next drive gets a rushing
Runs it in.
touchdown.
Easy as can be.
2 drives later, we're driving. Daryl's driving. I'm watching on my phone.
And I'm having John give me a play-by-play.
And I'm giving a play-by-play. And they do a bubble screen to Jordan in the red zone, which only works in college. Would never work in the pros. And he gets it. He just weaves around, reaches out for the pylon. The pylon goes flying. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Easiest. The easiest win of the biggest.
Feeling like a big brain boy.
We're screaming in my car. We're going nuts. What happens, John?
They review it.
They had an official review.
They had reviewed it, and it was really unique in that the defender's leg hit over the pylon, and it made them unable to determine if he would have hit it over, even though I really think he did. I mean, obviously I have a...
And guess what they do, John?
They
reverse the call, and guess what?
1-inch line, another run for Caleb.
And then we never even come close to the end zone again.
And then he's like not in the game
they just
every
stopped
time.
throwing it to him.
Then what was that about?
I don't, because they knew, John. They made the call. We were going to lose that game, all right? So we lost. That was devastating.
I'm still, all our listeners out there, if you just bet Jordan Addison touchdown props, the man is unbelievable. I mean.
Yeah, guys, why don't you bet the prop that we just explained that we lost?
It's going to hit.
Do it. Go for it, guys.
Keep doing it. Keep fighting the good fight.
The worst loss that I had on Saturday, I had a 3-team, or a same-game parlay. I had an over. I had, Western Kentucky. And they're over. And they're running back to have 60 yards. Okay?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this.
West Kentucky, I believe that was, scores as time expires to send it overtime. And that touchdown made it go over. Okay? So, like, I win the over, and the spread was huge. I was already going to win that. And I had the running back to rush for 60 yards. He had 62 yards.
And it's going in
already.
overtime.
It's done.
And
I'm laughing.
You're only going to look smarter as his yards pile up.
Correct.
But what happened, Daryl?
What happens is he got the ball in overtime, a pitch, and he lost 4 yards rushing.
I'll tell you what.
And then they kicked the field goal and won.
I'll tell you what. Here's the thing about a pitch. Yards. Doesn't work in Madden. Doesn't work in NCAA 14. Doesn't work. Don't pitch unless you're Georgia with your huge lineman pulling. Doesn't work.
So between that bet and the Jordan Addison one, that could have changed. That would have changed everything, and instead I lost
everything.
So, are you ready to make some picks, John, to get into this college football slate? I mean, there are a lot of games here that we're not picking. Like Maryland, Michigan is a good one. Do you have anything to say about that one? I mean, Michigan hasn't played anybody yet, but they've looked incredible.
We haven't played anyone. I'm really excited. Tua's younger brother, still Maryland's quarterback somehow. Maryland undefeated, snuck by SMU in the fourth, which is another bet you lost.
Yes, I did.
Sorry to bring it up.
Yep. Thank you, John. You brought that one up multiple times.
I kept on being like, did Maryland win?
Oh, what about Maryland? I'm like, yeah, John, they fucking did. All right, they did.
I read a really interesting article today. The line is moving back and forth because there was 95% of Vegas money was on Michigan at 15.5. It shot up which in a day never happens in this world of betting. It moved 2 points in one day to 17.5, and then the smart money, the Vegas people, the people who do this professionally,
they all hammered Maryland.
They hammered Maryland, and it went back to 16.5. So, I'm fascinated by this game. I do think that it's like I'm a little scared because when the ball snaps, are we any good? Are we even seen a team with a pulse yet?
Right, you've played just terrible.
What if our defense actually sucks?
You
know what I mean?
It won't suck, but it's more offensively. Like, are you gonna?
Yeah, is JJ? I'm excited for the JJ debut against somebody with a pulse.
Yep. Well, that'll be a fun one. Other Baylor, Iowa State will be good. Texas Tech will be good. Your boys, Kansas State travels to Oklahoma. This is kind of you've been kind of been saying Kansas State all season,
and they lost to Tulane.
Yep.
And
pretty embarrassing.
I've just never been more upset in a team, maybe in my entire life. Tulane went for it. I didn't know this till after I saw this today. They were up 14. They're up 7, and they were at their own 20 with a minute and whatever left in the game. And it was 4th and 1.5, and they went for it.
I love it.
And they got it, and they ran the clock out.
I love a team with balls like that.
I mean, but
it's terrible. It seemed like terrible coaching, but
And Kansas State just couldn't score. Their defense is really good. I'm gonna, as we'll talk about later, I'm gonna pick Kansas State to cover against Oklahoma. I think they're gonna rebound, but That was really upsetting.
That's terrible.
But let's pick some
All
games.
right, so last week, John, you went 2-3 on the season. You're 5-10. I went 3-2 last week, and I'm 8-7 so far in the early slate. But we got 5 more games to pick. We're going to start off with an 11 a.m. game. In the ACC, a huge matchup. Number 5 Clemson travels to Wake Forest, and Wake Forest is getting 7 at home. John, what do you think, buddy?
Now, Wake Forest won the Atlantic Division last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're good. They had the most wins in program history. Their quarterback, Sam Hartman, really good. Was supposed to be out for a while with a medical condition. Is now back. I don't like Clemson. I think their offense is really bad, and it pains me to pick Clemson -7. It pains me to pick Clemson -7, but I will.
John, I'm going to take Wake Forest at home. I'm doing it. I'm taking the 7 points. I agree. I don't think Clemson's offense is good at all. So to cover a 7-point spread on the road,
because Wake Forest will score.
I think I like it. I like this. I love starting this game up 7-0 right off the bat, and I don't think Clemson. And I'm sure Clemson will end up winning, but I'm gonna take the points. So
I can't disagree.
I'm gonna go with a little Wake Forest. All right.
I appreciate you.
That's gonna be a good one.
I appreciate
That's a good way to start off the day.
Going
honestly.
against Clemson.
I love it, an 11 a.m. fun game like that. All right, game 2. Number 20 Florida travels to Knoxville, Tennessee, to take on the number 11 Volunteers. Volunteers are favored by 11.
A huge spread.
That is at 2:30.
A huge spread.
As somebody I have attended this game in the past. I went to a Tennessee-Florida game in Tennessee, and it was truly one of the most enjoyable games I've ever experienced. I loved it so much.
Ball.
I was so loud, but there's no way Tennessee is covering the 11-point spread. I'm taking Florida.
Yeah, Tennessee is really good. I think this is an inflated number because of, they beat Ball State or whatever by 60 points, or Akron, whoever it was. It was Akron, actually. And Florida struggled. But it's that's just too many points.
Too many points.
And I'm gonna join you.
I can't. As much as I enjoy Tennessee, they are notorious for fucking up when they have whenever they have expectations. They absolutely crumble. I'm sorry. Florida's played in some big games already this year. I think they can handle the moment. I think it'll be an awesome game, but I'm going with Florida. Both of us. All right. Game 3.
This one was last week, so we should do.
Yeah, what the hell was this? Why do I have this on there?
Let's do Michigan, Maryland. Let's do Michigan, Maryland. What do you? And I'll start with you. And it's at the Big House, and the line is, like I said, now down to 16.5.
I hate it, but I'm taking Michigan.
Me too.
I love it. Okay, good. We can cheer on.
We can cheer on the
boys. We can cheer on your boys. I don't want to be cheering against you there. Okay.
I just think that
I don't have any analysis on it other than
this is my take,
because you don't know.
I think that if you just look at the team, it's like the core of a team that won 12 games, won the Big Ten title is there. J.J. McCarthy is a better quarterback than Cade, and we haven't thrown the ball downfield at all. And brother, they're going to, for the first time, stretch the field and then mix in the run. Blake Corum had 5 touchdowns last week.
Oof.
I mean,
there is also something to be said where
I'm excited.
This Michigan team, they know they haven't played anybody, so this is gonna be their first chance to be like, all right,
we are good.
Yeah, let's get hyped. This is probably gonna be the most pumped they've been all season.
Yeah,
I like them just to house them.
And we have a couple of dudes come back from injury. Our 5-star running back Donovan Edwards, our backup running back, he's been nursing a little soft tissue injury, as they say. A little soft tissue.
Yeah, soft tissue. Yeah, that's always a problem.
A little soft tissue.
All right, well we're going.
He's got me having hard tissue. I'll tell you that right now.
I hated that.
He's going long. He's going to rip off an 80-yarder.
All right, game 4. Shut up. Moving on. All right, number 10 Arkansas at number 23 Texas A&M. Texas A&M is favored by 2.5.
This is a fascinating spread and a fascinating game. Arkansas coming off a squeaker against an FCS team. Texas A&M coming off of, hey, we actually are good, beating Miami. They did not allow a touchdown to the Canes, and they're at that tough place to play. Kyle Field, the 12th man. I'll tell you what, I did not think they'd beat Miami.
This is probably a game, if you're a bettor, just don't bet it.
Yeah, this is
Texas
a don't
A&M
bet.
Loses to Appalachian State, comes home,
Beats Miami.
Yeah,
I mean, what the fuck are we supposed to do with that?
Arkansas has looked really good. They've been consistent, so I'm just gonna ride the consistent team, I guess, and take the 2.5 points in Arkansas. But probably a stay away. But I've actually never stayed away ever. I'll probably bet on it.
I'm gonna take Texas A&M. Because I think that their defense is just that good, and Arkansas is a running team. Two of their backs are leading the SEC in rushing. They're in the top 5. Like they can really run, but like Texas A&M can stop the run. And to hold that Miami offense to literally no touchdowns has me feeling them. And again, Arkansas came off; they did not look good last week. So yeah. I'll take the Aggies.
All right. Last game.
This is my game of the day.
It's my
game of the day.
You love this. You're talking about it a lot on Saturday.
Love
it's going to be
game.
number 7 USC travels to play at Oregon State. Beavers are getting 6.5 at home. This is a late night game on Fox.
Oh God, I missed Pac-12 after dark. I'm pumped up. So USC has covered every game.
Yep.
They're traveling to Corvallis, where the Oregon State Beavers, what I call a pet team of mine, love a small program. Their campus is the size of a little piece of poop. It's like
that's the weirdest comparison I've ever heard.
It's so small, and it's pretty brown up there. But this is the type of thing where. Corvallis is like they have upset teams up there a lot. Things get weird. That black end zone, It's just a weird thing. And the over under, Daryl, would you like to guess what the over under is of this game?
All right.
Oregon State undefeated, led by former quarterback Jonathan Smith, a former Beaver.
Okay, I'm gonna guess 61.5.
It is 70.5.
Woo!
A 70
no
over
thanks.
under. I am taking USC minus 6.5. I think it's a close game. I think they're not wrong with the over-under. I think it's going to be like 42-34 USC. I think Oregon State is going to score.
I'm joining you, buddy. We're doing it again.
We're doing it.
We've so far we've taken USC every week so far. So we're going to continue that trend.
Don't be shy. Throw a Jordan Addison, maybe a one
touchdown.
Don't get crazy.
Maybe a Caleb Williams 1 touchdown. Don't.
Nothing crazy.
I saw Oregon State. I mean, they played Fresno State as well, and that was a 3-point game, and USC made those boys look silly.
Yeah.
So let's just ride the hot.
And that
team.
was the past 2 games. Like it's like not like that was 10 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
But
so
things get weird.
I know.
And Corvallis at night, it's going to be close. But I still took USC. But that's a game. Just if you like football,
let's stay
watch
hot.
it.
We're not going to go against a team that has been great for us so far. So. That's what we're doing. All right, that's gonna be a fun week. I think there's gonna be so much wackiness in college football. I'm very excited. All right, John, ready to transition over to the NFL?
Yes, I am.
Well, John, you know how I had a couple devastating losses in college football?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? I had even more in the NFL. So this was a week filled with comebacks that should have never happened.
Oh, God.
That includes the stupid Arizona Cardinals, the stupid Jets, and the stupid Dolphins. They all were down big, and they all came back and won their games.
The takeaway for me
I'm just pissed.
That the Cardinals are bad.
They're bad. I agree.
That the Dolphins are good. And that Tua has
arrived.
I
agree with this. I like this take. I agree.
I think that's really what's coming down to it is that like the Dolphins are – they may, they're not going to win. I don't think they're going to win at all, but they, like we said, exciting team before the season.
Yep.
Them motherfucking Finns.
Yes, they are really fun.
They're fun.
And that comeback, I mean, it should have obviously never happened.
It felt like a college game.
Like the Ravens, obviously, they're probably better, and they just kind of let them sneak back in. And Tua played unreal.
Doesn't it seem like a game like you might see in the wild card, little wild card rematch?
Absolutely. That smells like a
little rematch.
That smells like a
Saturday maybe
noon,
4 o'clock.
Wild card weekend.
Get your blanket on, a couple Millers.
Sure, it's couple. Sure,
couple.
7, 8
before
noon. Hell
before
yeah.
noon. Yeah.
I mean, there was some. Okay, Arizona, I agree, is not good. I also think the Raiders are not good. So it makes sense that I think the Raiders suck. I'm going to bet against them. I didn't bet against them last week. I should have. I'm betting against them every week. I think they suck. I think they were the most overhyped team before the season, and I'm going to continue to ride that wave. I think they suck. I actually made we had our what were our upset picks last week, and I picked Cowboys to win outright over the Bengals. Cooper Rush. I called that one, ladies and gentlemen.
That's an upset pick he called.
Now, John, I texted you during that game. I said, hey, buddy, my upset pick, it's about to hit. Did I bet it? No, because I'm a fucking idiot.
We need to be more consistent. I bet, the Chargers, they covered, but whatever.
Yeah, that Chargers-Chiefs game on Thursday was great. Also pissed me off. You and I both took the Chiefs. I mean, on this podcast, we took the Chiefs. The spread is 3.5. Backdoor cover Chargers. Stupid.
Yeah, stupid.
I made a list here of teams that I think absolutely suck and teams that are great. And there's now the teams that absolutely suck. I think I am so correct, and I don't think that you can make any changes to this. The Colts suck. They got shut out. They suck.
They suck.
Matt Ryan sucks.
He's washed.
Like, it's only good to have a good running game when your team is not down by 3 touchdowns. So Jonathan Taylor is useless on that team because they're always going to get down. They suck. The Commanders suck. The Falcons suck. The Texans suck. The Titans suck. So I don't want to talk about them anymore. I don't want to hear about them anymore. I hate all those teams. They suck. And I think it's just nice to just have a list. We could maybe just keep a running list.
I would like to add one more team to that, and it's the Steelers. The Steelers suck.
Yeah.
They really do.
But I don't ever want to put the Steelers on there because they
will have a winning record.
Yep,
but they suck.
Exactly.
They'll be the worst team to win 9 games ever.
They're not going to get blown out.
They'll never get blown out.
So
but their
It's
offense
a team
sucks.
that I would still maybe bet on because they're not going to get blown out.
Well, Minka Fitzpatrick is worth like 8 wins. He got another interception. He's so fucking good at football.
And if TJ Watt comes back,
you never know.
Like you'll
start Kenny Pickett. Start Kenny.
No, they'll wait. They have to wait. That's smart. Wait for it. All right. I have a list here of teams that I think are great. I only have 4 of them. And I don't
These
think
are good. These are fair.
The Buffalo Bills are great, and they are very great, and they are going to be great all season. They are easily Super Bowl favorites. The Chiefs are also great.
They're great.
The Chargers are also great.
They're great.
A sleeper team that I'm shocked to add to this list
is the Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
They had the most
great.
money of any NFC team to like make it to the NFC title or whatever. They had a lot of money before the season. People like their roster, but I think we got a little surprised with how good they did last night against your Vikings. They looked very good. Darius Slay bullied Justin Jefferson.
He did, and Cousins loved throwing it right to Slay. That was cool. I liked that too.
He dropped 2 picks.
Like that was neat. Like
he dropped 2
I
picks.
thought it was cool that Cousins liked Slay so much that he decided to throw the ball directly to him. But honestly, like Ray, obviously we bet on the Vikings. I bet on the Vikings. I was so high coming into that game. First possession, like Eagles went right down and scored, and it was just so loud in there. And I was like, oh my God, they're gonna lose. Like
you just could tell.
This is something that the NFL needs to understand that they have to stop doing. And I've seen a lot of people talk about they have to stop putting the Bears and Packers on national television. They have to stop giving them Sunday and Monday night games, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they have to stop putting the Vikings on Monday night. I've seen that exact game, where Cousins and the Vikings come in with some hope.
Yeah.
And just it's gone. And the game's not even fun. It's just over by half. Like that game, the first quarter, I was like, yep, I know exactly how this game's going to end. Cousins going to have picks. We're going to look like shit. And then next week we're going to look fine. I can't watch that game anymore. And the Bears, Packers, that game is exactly the same every single time. Rodgers is going to house them. It's not fun. The history's not fun. No more.
Yeah.
That's my hot take.
I think that's fair. I'm really interested to see how you guys bounce back next week.
Yeah, they got the Lions, who beat us last year when they were 0-11. But
and the Lions, Adrian, and also shout out Hutchinson, my boy, 3 sacks.
Really good. Really good
player. Good player.
If the Vikings lose to the Lions next week, I will not be here for this podcast.
Yeah.
So
take a long walk off a short cliff. Yeah.
All right, John. After going 5-0 last week with my picks, I went 1-4 this week. all my losses other than the Vikings were backdoor covers. So I actually think my picks were still very good. I just got screwed.
A true gambling addict loses and goes, I had good picks. Because you know how I know this?
Those picks are really good.
I do that too. I like my pick. I lost 200. Liked my pick though.
I'm looking at all my picks. I'm like, these were still good. I would do them again. Even if I lost, I want my losses because they're good picks. I'm going to stay consistent. I'm a good picker. Shut up. John, you went 2-3. You're 6-4 on the season. We're both 6-4.
Which is good.
Yeah, NFL. Hey, you know what? NFL picks. Top 5 this week. There's some doozies.
Oh my God, Bills Dolphins is. I'm so excited.
We're not jumping, John.
I could cry.
We're not jumping.
I'm sorry. We'll start with Ravens in Gillette Stadium.
They're taking on the Patriots. Also, I want you to. I don't know if you looked at the list here. We got a lot of home dogs.
Yes, we do,
folks, on these big games. The first one starting off. Ravens coming off that devastating loss. Travel to Foxborough. Play the Patriots, who came off a big win. Patriots are getting 3 at home.
I think that the Patriots, this is their resume, okay? They beat a really bad Steelers team barely off, and one of them was off a muffed punt. One of their touchdowns was a short drive. They could barely move the ball.
Terrible.
The first week they lost to Miami. They looked horrible.
Yep.
Now the Ravens have a win week 1, and they have a really bad blowout,
loss.
Let somebody come back on them week 2. I'm taking the Ravens -3. I will not be betting on any Patriots lines the rest of the year. I'll bet against them every game. Their offense is horrible.
I'm going to join you as well. If it was a different team that blew that game to the Dolphins, I would probably bet on the Patriots. But Ravens they've got some vets. They've been around. They might not.
They're going to rebound.
They're going to rebound from that game. And the Patriots, I agree, they're not good. I don't care if they're getting points at home. I don't think Gillette Stadium's that daunting of a task to go in.
Mm-hmm.
We're both going Ravens. Okay, I like that.
And
good.
The next game is by far.
This game is so fun. It is. It's the
Buffalo
Bills.
I couldn't be more excited.
Travel to Miami, and Miami is getting 5.5 at home. This is a noon game on CBS. John, this game is impossible to pick, but also it's very easy to pick, and it's the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
I will bet on them until further notice.
Yeah. This is one of those, eye tests for me. It's like, I can't bet against them.
No, it's stupid. It's stupid. If you bet it, that line is going to move up.
Yeah.
Because as sexy of a pick as the Dolphins are, they're not against the Bills. I'm sorry. That might be the only team I would have picked against the Dolphins this week. Otherwise, I would have ridden the Dolphins against anybody. But I'm sorry, I'm going Bills.
Yeah, I just can't pick against the Bills. I just refuse. And if the Dolphins get some backdoor cover, you know what we'll say? It was a good pick.
That's right. I'm not gonna feel bad about that. I will not feel bad again about that loss. Okay. World, you can lose if you. The NFL can take that. That you can take that money, but I will feel like a winner.
I'm going to throw in a little. I'm going to bet for one Josh Allen rushing touchdown prop every game. I don't care. He's not going to get 17, but I'm going to juice my parlays with a Josh Allen rushing touchdown every single game.
Well, guess what, John? I did that yesterday. No, on Sunday. And last night, Monday night.
Last night, Monday night.
But do you think that might be the one leg in my parlay that didn't hit?
It did not hit.
So maybe don't juice your parlays with that.
I mean, it's going to hit, but that means
I'm never juicing.
It's going to hit next week.
I'm not juicing any rushing.
Jalen Hurts 2 touchdowns last night.
I don't care. I don't unless I know. I'm very anti that take. So do that with you, will, audience. All right, game 3. The shitty Rams travel to Arizona to take on the shitty Cardinals. Cardinals are getting 4 points at home. 3:30 Fox. These are some. 2 teams that
they both really could use this victory, especially in the NFC West. I don't think the Rams have. What if they've never beaten the Cardinals under McVay or something like that? That's like something wacky.
Is that true?
There's some weird. The Cardinals, not never, but the Cardinals have like covered against them a lot. I'll say that. Having said that, Cardinals, what are they?
A bad team.
Bad team. Rams. Rams -4.
You know what?
You're gonna bet on a bad team. First bad team.
You know what? Stupid Rams. Week 1 pissed me off. They sucked. Week 2, they're up by like 24, and then they ended up not covering. I'm sorry. I'm not betting on Stafford anymore. I'm done with them.
Please.
I'm going to go with the hot coach.
For the love of God.
The hotter coach.
The hotter coach.
The hotter
So
coach.
hot.
And Kyler. And this one's going to be one of those where, like, I lose. And I'm going to be like, yep, I still hate Stafford and I hate the Rams and I hate the Cardinals. So, no way I'm going to win this one. But I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm taking the points at home.
The Cardinals will find a way to lose this game. They will snatch losing from the jaws of victory. I will tell you that right now. Cam Akers, Rams running back, I saw this on the internet. He has as many rushing yards as the Queen of England, which is...
Wow. Going dead Queen jokes.
Dead Queen joke, first one.
Queen Akers, got it. All right.
0.
That game is going to be a classic NFC West game. That it's going to be chaos. So good luck betting on that one, folks. All right, game 4. This is a rematch of the 2020 playoffs. Packers at Buccaneers.
We call this the Battle of the Bays in my house.
Wow,
Battle of the Bays. Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Battle of the Bays.
Wow, that was beautiful. Battle of the Bays.
Battle of the Bays.
The Buccaneers are favored by 2.5 at home. The Buccaneers have played some shaky yet sound football. Good defensively, can't really get going offensively. They're 2-0. Packers beat up on the Bears again. They're 1-1. Still not sure how you should feel about that team.
It's two opposite teams, like, as far as Packers had one really bad game and one really good game.
Yep.
And the Buccaneers had two kind of neutral games.
Yep. They just did what they had to do
one
to win.
Like this, one like that. Very weird.
I'm gonna take Tampa Bay. I'm gonna take Tom Brady. He's getting Wednesdays off now from work every week. Did you read that?
No. And they're at home.
Must be counseling day, like marriage counseling day. That's cool. I think that day off is going to help old Tom, and I will never bet on the Packers because I'm a homer idiot. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2.5. I think they can shut down the Pack. Be really low scoring. That's something that you should bet on the under.
This is one of those things, like, the Packers are a team every time I bet against them, they cover.
Yep.
Every fucking time. I mean, they always do some weird shit.
I feel like that's partly my fault because I'm always like, don't you dare bet on them.
Yeah.
And then you do or you don't. It's always kind of my fault.
It's really hard for me to bet against Tom Brady, man. And the Bucks have looked more consistent. I'm taking the Bucks with you. Really.
All right.
Every time I bet against the Packers, they cover. But
well,
I'm taking
then
the Bucks.
Yep. Then I guess you all know what to do out there. Take the Packers.
Fade us.
Yep. That's an easy one. All right. Last game. 49ers at, and there's a reason why I'm putting this game on there.
Trey Lance.
So Jimmy G
out for the year.
49ers at Russell Wilson's Broncos. This is Sunday Night Football. Broncos are getting 1.5 at home.
And this is why, if you're in college, you shouldn't transfer every fucking 2 seconds. And if you're in the NFL, maybe, somebody gets a contract. People get injured. The injury rate in the NFL is 100%.
Yep.
You will get another shot. You just will.
Yep.
At quarterback. So it's kind of cool that he's back at the helm. I love
He
Trey
looked
Lance.
great.
I'm sad for Trey Lance.
Me too. But Jimmy G, when he got in, looked amazing.
I'm taking, Broncos have a new coach, and the Broncos barely
Sucks.
beat Houston.
Hackett, the Broncos.
The Broncos are horrible.
I hate them.
And I'm taking the Niners and one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Yes. Oh, I hate the Broncos.
They
right
barely
now.
beat Houston.
They are so bad. This is Russell Wilson pretty much just made the Broncos the Seahawks. Like they can't score. They are so boring.
I think the coach is really bad at coaching professional football.
Absolutely.
2 games in, they're 1-1, it's a barely beating the Texans is a loss.
Yes,
they're 0-2.
I agree. And they looked so bad. I'm out on them. That is and I love the 49ers.
Jimmy G coming in there with maybe a little chip on his shoulder.
When he came into the game on Sunday, he looked great.
Doesn't it seem like he may want to kind of give a fuck you to the whole league?
Absolutely.
Maybe have a little bit of a game.
The Broncos could have went and got him, but they decided on Russell Wilson, which honestly is smarter. So maybe Jimmy G might come in to be like, all right, hey Broncos, you guys could have given me that contract or traded for me and give me that contract, but nope. You guys went with Russell, and now your home fans are booing you already, which is hilarious. Yep, 49ers, both of us. Okay, so you and I both have 4 picks that are exactly the same.
We're gonna ride together. I
love that.
I want to throw some.
Please, what do you got for me?
I want to throw some things out there for college football. I have Iowa is traveling to Piscataway, New Jersey to take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
That's the most boring game in the history of college football.
And the over-under is so low that it must be discussed on air. The over-under is what, Daryl?
Okay, so...
And USC, Oregon State, 70. What is the over-under of this game?
I'm gonna just go ahead and split that one in half. 34.5.
You nailed it.
Nuh-uh.
It is 34.5.
God damn it, I'm good.
Good thing we got that on camera.
God, 30, I'm good at that.
It is 30.
But bad at betting.
4.5.
That is embarrassing
Over,
for college football.
Under. One team, Ohio State scores that in a quarter.
That is truly.
And guess what I'm taking?
The over.
The under.
Let's bet.
There's no way.
Let's even make it even lower.
Rutgers will not score probably more than 10 points. Iowa's defense is very good. Iowa can't. This is a fascinating thing. Iowa cannot score points, but Iowa does not give up points.
John, let's do an alternate under and make it under 20 and see what those odds are.
Alternate total points under.
Yeah.
Let's see what the.
Are you ready for that? Are you ready for? Because I think I can find it here really quick. Because they play at 6 o'clock.
The lowest I can get is under 26.5.
And what are the odds on it?
Plus 300, which is
not
great.
Let's hammer it, baby. Let's hammer it, and just see how low we can get it. And just that's actually perfect for me. I'm all in on that.
So that's what we call our little fun bet of the week.
Especially because we're going to be in Iowa.
Yeah, I mean,
so
absolutely.
we can just cheer against all their fans there. Yeah, I like it. Okay.
I just think that had to be brought up. And then a sneaky good game is Oregon at undefeated Washington State.
Don't bring up Washington State.
And I'm going to be taking Oregon minus 6.5 against the Cougs.
Any upsets that you think that we should be on the lookout for in college football or in the NFL?
Are you ready for it?
Please.
James Madison recently is up to, this is their first year in major college football. They're 3-0. And you'll never guess who they play this week. They play App State.
Oh, my.
At App State.
What a finish by App State.
Hail Mary.
They had game day, and they won on a Hail Mary.
I mean, a perfect.
That was awesome.
In Boone.
That was awesome.
And their town's called Boone.
That is just incredible.
I'm putting them on upset watch. I'm taking JMU plus 7.5 because they're just the emotionality of their season. These kids are just wiped out.
Yep.
And JMU this is a huge stage for them.
Yes, it is.
They want to be the new App State.
Yep. I like this. That's a fun little take there you have.
I have fun. I'm very fun.
Okay, well, my upset pick in the NFL. Are you ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Jags are going to beat the Chargers.
Really? Where is it at?
It is in L.A.
Wow.
They don't have a home fan base.
Yeah.
Neither team does.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where it's at. It might as well just be in our backyard.
Who is watching that game?
No, I mean, us. I think the Jags looked great last week. Obviously, it was against Colts, but I like.
They're getting the
Chargers are notorious for dropping stupid games.
That's the biggest spread of. I love that you picked it, Daryl, because it is the biggest spread of the week. It's a 7-point spread.
Perfect.
And so I am going to join you. I'm going to hammer the Jags plus 7.
I love it.
Who may not be as bad as we thought.
That's right. It's one of those games that they do. The Chargers drop a game like this every year. And I'm very excited for it to be Trevor Lawrence coming out party. Let's do it.
Yeah, everyone else is having one this year. Tua, Jalen. Where's his?
That's right. That's here. All right, guys. If you're around Dubuque, Iowa this weekend, come hang out with us either in the sports book or grab a ticket to Comedy Bar. It's a great club.
We're going to have a blast, man.
I'm going to be headlining the shit out of it. I'm going to be so funny. I'm just gonna be so funny.
I will be as funny as the amount of bets I hit on Saturday morning. I will.
Yeah, the jokes per minute will be determined by how much money you won or lost. So
my vibe will be very different, up or down $500.
We're gonna have a lot. I think we're gonna have a lot of stories to tell next week.
Yes, we will.
This is gonna be.
And we got to shout out Joe Ames is hosting. Very
Love
funny
him. Also another
comic,
sports guy
who also is a gambling addict.
But he also was like, I'm a little nervous traveling with you two because of how much he might gamble.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Joe.
We love you, Joe. Very funny kid. We love him to death.
I'm excited. All right. We love you all. John, we're going to have a great weekend. Can't
you
wait.
know what? We're guaranteed to at least break even.
Woo! You goddamn right. We better. Yep.
And
I
that's
need
it,
to pay
guys.
for gas to get home.
And gas is expensive.
All right.
Love you.
Love you guys. Broke even.
Broke even.
When you pawn your wedding ring and your head is up your ass.